Hey guys, welcome back to another Futures Analytica YouTube video. I'm Zach and I'm going to be going over the ES setup and configuration. And this is going to include indicator and strategy settings, and I'm also going to be going over the new Polarity update, which is going to have some fun new settings for you guys to play around with, and we'll definitely be looking at that in 1 second. Also, if you guys haven't seen it yet, there is an NQ setup video for you guys to check out on our YouTube channel if you're interested in that. But without further ado, let's get into the ES. All right, so I'm going to be using playback for the sake of this video just to make things simple and easy for you guys. And then obviously, if you don't know the importing yet, it's tools, import, NinjaScript add-on, and then you can import it through there. I've already imported it, so I'm not going to go through the trouble on this video for the sake of your time, but we're just going to open up a new chart here. And for this chart, ES, it's actually going to need to be the, okay, yeah. It's going to need to be the September contract because the rollover date was a little bit ago. And then we have our range 15 and then tick replay enabled. All these settings you can leave as default, and then we're good to go. So after blowing this up, opening up Chart Trader, let's just take a peek at our indicator settings. So in this video, I'm going to be using the plus version, but don't worry, because every setting that is important that I'm going over in this video is going to be exactly the same for both base and plus users. Obviously, if you're using micros, you're going to be wanting to use display full contract order flow. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to check it since that's ES full contract. Most of these settings here are just visual settings that you can customize to your desires. So however you want it to look is how you should make it look. Whatever makes you feel comfortable trading, whatever you can follow the easiest is how you should set it up. All those settings are fully detailed out in the guidebook for the AnalyticaChart4 if you want to check that out and refer back to it at any time. So now moving on to the important settings, imbalances need to be diagonal, 75 for the max volume, and then AC3 for the ratio calculation method. This is just a visual error that we need to fix. We're almost done with the update to the AC4 to have that textual change, but the actual functionality is identically the same, even though obviously the visual cue is off. But 35 for the ratio, 3 for the imbalances, 0.35 for the ratio down here as well. You will not need to change any of the ticks per level and trade volume. Just make sure it's 1. And then the imbalances need to be our derived areas and number 3, and that's just for our plus users. And then down here, make sure that calculate is on each tick. It's going to be cornerstone for getting the data to load properly. And then obviously, if you guys need to make a template, I definitely recommend doing so. It'll help you guys out a ton in the future, saving some time if you haven't before. So go ahead and do that, and then apply. Obviously, see the chart here. Populate with everything we need. So now we're going to hop over to strategies. All right, so as you guys can see, there are some new things to look at here in our Polarity strategy settings. So starting from the top, use default instrument, leave checked if not trading micros, enter contract specs below. So all that means is obviously exactly what it says in the first part. If you're not trading micros, then leave it checked. In this case, I'm going to leave it checked. But to show you guys what this is talking about, it's just going to be selecting the corresponding instrument for that. And then obviously in imbalance volume and ratio, you want that to be 75.35 to match our settings from indicators. Adversary detection can be moved to 5. Left at 2. However you guys want to do that is completely up to you. And then obviously 0 if you guys are not trying to use that setting. And also, if you guys are confused at all about adversary detection, check out the guidebook for Polarity ATI, and it's fully detailed on what that strategy setting is doing for you and how it can be helpful. So ATM strategy, I have it as scalp. You just want to make sure that it matches with your chart trader. Diagonally for imbalance calculation method. And then down here, obviously, I'm going to be using 3 stacked imbalances like Connor is in the videos, 1 gap imbalance as well, and then all these limit order settings as well, which can be checked out in the guidebook, just like those above for more details if you haven't seen them yet. And now we have the hotkey setup. So all of these can be fully customized to whatever you would like. And these can just be super helpful for making small adjustments throughout the trading day, obviously toggling, changing arming methods, things like that. It can be super helpful, so obviously go ahead and customize those to whatever you'd like, or leave them as is and just use them normally. But as you can see denoted on the left, Control plus before using the key itself, and then you should be good to go with that. Down here, obviously you just want your account to match with the account that you're using, on bar close for the calculation method, and then enable your system accordingly, and then apply after that. And same template goes, if you're needing to save a template, go ahead and do that too. But you should see the boxes pop up on the right side as they just have, and then select the proper ATM strategy. With all that, you're obviously seeing green if it's enabled and gray if it's not. That'll help you to know whether it's on or off. And then as you can see, you have a new limit button at the bottom of your button selection here. That is for limit orders. If you turn that on, it'll take a limit order when you're entered into a position. If you turn it off, obviously it'll just be a normal market order, instantaneous fill, as you've probably seen in obviously our previous videos and things like that. So hopefully you found this video helpful. You got all the settings that you needed to configure your ES properly. And if you have any questions at all, please shoot an email to the support line. I'm more than happy to respond as fast as I can with any answers to any questions about the software and configuration especially. So feel free to do that and take care. Thank you guys.